Hey guys, so this is gonna be a little different. I know I did say we're gonna speak about education this week, within the field, but yeah, there's a little something different. This is the way I woke up this morning and the way I felt, and I realized like there's a lot of things that people don't know and assume, and I just wanna clarify some things so that people also have an understanding of how things work with the Avenue House. So yeah, let's get into that. So I think the first thing that I actually want to speak about is what I felt this morning when I got up. I think it's burnout. I think that's what you call it. And it's not a great feeling because you overwork and you basically also have creative burnout, which is not good for anything. But that comes from this idea and pressure of running your own business and clients thinking that, and I don't blame the client for thinking anything. I'm not saying anything about the clients or anyone, but thinking that we have a lot of free time and that this is easy and that it can't be that hard to do. But just to clear up some things, I think people need to understand that when you run your own business, and before, I will be honest, it was a lot easier to run this business when I had Anka with me. And things became much more simpler because there was two people running it and I could focus on one department, Anka could focus on the other, and that was great. And then obviously, I think within last year, sorry, gotta have your coffee. Last year, Anka got a full-time job, which was great because she's been wanting to pursue her career in law and such things for the longest time, and I'm so happy that she got into it and she's so happy, and it was a new start for us. It opened up a lot of leeway for us, in essence, to be truthful, financially and everything. And this is going to be a very honest video. So yeah, it just became me running the business. So what that means is, and I don't think people understand this, is before Anka used to edit photos and I used to edit video, great stuff. We could get work out quicker. Let's put it like that. But now I'm running the business solo. So that means that I'm doing editing photos and video, which takes longer. I'm doing marketing, which is trying to advertise this business to get in new clients. I'm having to do financials to make sure that I'm making a living, and it's super hard. So advertising, marketing, financials, making sure that we tax compliant, all those things that as a normal working person, you don't have to deal with that. You go to the job and you focus on your job, and then you get to go home, you get your paycheck at the end of the month, where for me it's a little harder and it creates a burnout because I'm having to deal with all these things all the time. And then also to try and get the work out to the people that we're doing this for, to try and make sure that they get their memories and they get to share it with their families. And it's so hard because obviously, and I don't blame any client for questioning or asking where their stuff is. They have every right to. It puts a lot of pressure on me, specifically being a solo business owner, running everything, editing photos and video. It's taxing and it puts a lot of pressure, and it also creates a creativity block because you're stressed, but you're still putting out great work because you can't allow the stress to stop your creativity. And I think that's what I want to talk about. Like, I'm burnt out. I have to have an honest moment with myself to realize that I'm burnt out, and I'm going to have an honest moment with you and also to our clients to understand that things are tough doing this on your own. It's not a game for the weak, and I know a lot of business owners out there who run this like this has this understanding that no matter what, you can't show up I don't want to swear, but half-assed at anything. So yeah, it's draining, and it's something that needs to be kind of addressed in this light. But before I lose thought, let me add some value to this video. Value that I want to add is that you need to be kind to the person that's running their own business. And I'm not saying that every person has an excuse. There are people out there who take their time and don't really care about client satisfaction, and we care a hell of a lot about it because it's what feeds us at the end of the day. But the message that I want to put out there is have a little care when approaching your photographer or videographer who is running this as a full-time. It's not their side hustle kind of thing. And understand that if it is just them, then it doesn't even matter if it's just not them. There's a lot of work. It's not like we're shooting just one person's thing and then we have 3 months to just work with that person. It's basically shooting that person and then shooting the next day and then shooting the next weekend and then shooting again. It's constant. There's some weekends we're shooting right through, which means we have to deliver 3 people's work in the same time frame, which then becomes tricky and hard. And I guess I'm just trying to say that you got to have a little bit of understanding when it comes to people who run their own businesses, because we are dealing with a lot. We don't even get the moments to just actually relax. And when we do, we feel guilty because what do you know? We see people's watching our stories and then it's almost like a message will come through in that time. And it couldn't even be like because they saw our stories. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like, it's just so weird that when we're enjoying ourselves and trying to just take a little bit of a break for ourselves, boom, a message comes through like, hey, just checking in, when's our work coming? And it's like, yo. Okay, so just a disclaimer, apologies for the gown. I was watching the video back this morning and I realized that I made it sound like we are always late with our work. And that's not the case at all. Just to clarify, we are always on time with any delivery that we have to do because we communicate dates constantly and we always, out of our own, communicate when things are coming. And when we're not communicating and someone's asking, we're giving them exact dates of when their stuff will be coming. No excuses, no made-up stories, and we always deliver on the exact date that we promise. And if it's late, it's usually like a day out of the date that we said, and that makes us feel bad. But I just want to get that clear that we are constantly communicating to our clients. And when I say that they're messaging, I mean like there'll be a message when their video's only due in like the next 2 months and they'll be asking. Which pressure it's like, okay, we're running late because things are not right, but that's what I mean when I say it. And yeah, I just need to clarify that because I realized if I don't, this video is going to seem like we're always late and that we're just trying to cover our asses. But yeah, let's get back to it quickly. It makes you feel a certain type of way and you immediately like in things that you're doing and just try and focus on things. And here's a great example. Firstly, I want to thank every single one of you for congratulating myself and Anka on the next step that we took in our lives, committing to each other for life. But then look at it like this. We got that day to do that. I had to plan all that in a time where I was working my ass off to make sure that I can do it. And then we do the celebration on that night, the Wednesday, and immediately the next day we are working. We had to get straight back. We didn't even have a moment to just enjoy that time or that special occasion. It happened for a couple of hours and the next day we were straight back into like business planning and having to focus on pushing to get sales because it's quiet. Things are quiet, things are quieting down and it's a stress time. And we're just trying to motivate and get through this period with our mentality still intact. This feels like a long vent, but in honesty, it's I think it's been coming on for me for a long time to actually just be honest with everyone, because things are not easy. again, I will always repeat it. But that was a good example that I made of how things are for us. We get one moment to celebrate, and 20 messages after, it is, when's our work coming? But I just wanted people to understand that we are human. We are doing our best. It's a one-man show. Anka is there. She supports me 100%. But it's still a one-man show. Having to do everything. And I hope you guys can respect that and understand that, and just come in with a little more compassion when understanding what it means when we are delivering your work. Like, you know what's the worst part, I think? And I don't know if other photographers and videographers or anyone in this industry experiences this, but I think the worst thing is delivering work to your client or the couple, and the response is zilch. There's no response on it. There's no thank yous. There's no any feedback. Yet you've been backwards to try and get this to them on the time that they were supposed to, because you could have not gotten it to them on the time that they're supposed to get it. And you don't get any type of feeling of a thank you, even if it's a thank you, but we'd like you to maybe add this, or it's just the feedback response that actually makes this feel so much more worth it. I think all these emotions are just coming up. But yeah, that's something that is really important to our industry, like just to have some sort of feedback. Bad feedback, good feedback, it's all feedback that we can understand. But no feedback really makes it feel like, yo, why are we doing this then? Like, what was the point of stressing and getting this stuff out when it means absolutely nothing for you guys? Well, that's what it feels like, if that makes sense. But I think I'll move forward and hope that you understand this video. It is a bit long, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And yeah, all love, all positive vibes. You gotta push through. I gotta push through regardless of this video. So yeah, thank you for taking the time, if you did take the time to listen to this rant. And I will see you guys at the next one. Hopefully by then I will have Anka join, because education, like I said, is very important to both of us. We always have conversations about it when it comes to our industry. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one, guys. Hey.